Boys and I've been working on this project for pretty much all winter. So built a welding skid to fit on our flatbed. Built it to fit us, not necessarily just a pipeliner skid. Anyways, so figured I'd do a little walk around tour. We got our oxygen rack and box. We got our live reel put up. Just put in a little tray there to hold the caps when they're not on the tanks. And we've got our acetylene set up. And I think it works pretty good. Got toolless nut here that we built out of scrap. Most of that right there is built out of scrap steel. So, but then our big box, it's 5 foot long. We did split it in half, mostly just keep the back from bowing in. But we put, after trial and error with shocks, we ended up with 200-pound shocks to hold the lid up. And we went with the gull wing style lids just so that we had more room. It'll make a little bit more sense when we get to the next box. But anyways, our main business is fence, so we have more stuff than what typically would have on just a welding job. So anyways, but we got our, you can see it, the oxygen acetylene stuff right there is just a piece of pull and pluck foam that we cut out, and all our little odds and ends stuff. We just got dividers put in, so we've got our come-alongs, our stretch chains are down here. We got bolts, eye bolts, turnbuckles, our hand tools that we use the most. Put a hanger right there for our strikers. Just pretty simple little scrap steel lip around, hold stuff on. And same way with here, we got little scrap steel dividers, and got our grinders and an extra nut for those grinders. Every once in a while I tend to lose one out in the dirt, but got our grinding wheels, cut-off wheels, flapper discs, and bag full of batteries. Got our little 1/4-inch drive impact we use a lot, and inverter and chargers for the batteries, and bow saw put in on a hanger. And then we've got, in both toolboxes, we've got a receiver for our vise, so we can move it to either side, and built just a little tailgate here between the two boxes, but just a little home built latches. They're not perfect by any means, but they work. And all of that is, this is all scrap from our main project. So, and there's the other receiver for the other toolbox. This over here, we've got our bandsaw, portable bandsaw. We've got nuts and bolts of various sizes that we use. Got our drill bits, bandsaw blades, and down underneath in the back we have our hip chain and our welding box parts and pieces in case we break down. This box is only, I think, 26 inches long. Both of them are 24 inches deep and 24 inches high. But this one only took 100-pound shock to hold the lid up. We do have safety bars for for both of them. The sun's kind of right back behind there, so it's a little tough to see. But anyways, we put safety bars up. The shocks hold up great, but just in case wind comes up, we don't want the shocks getting ripped apart with wind. So with these monstrous doors. But anyways, and then our lead reel system, I didn't finish rolling these up. I kind of wanted to show you what we'd done here. This is all scrap pipe and horseshoes that from past jobs. So we mounted it on a plate and then welded the plate down to the deck, and then we isolated the reels using stall matting, old stall matting I had, and works out really good. We've got right now, we actually have our quick connects on these lead reels, and that's going to change when we get our new leads. These measure out big enough. We think we should be able to put somewhere close to 300 feet of lead on each one of these. So I can't remember the exact dimensions on them, but they're pretty good size. And then for our latch system, it's still sort of a work in progress, but I just today welded, I don't know if you can see that, welded these pieces of pipe on so that wherever the latch lines up when we've got the leads rolled up, we can run it in and it will latch without lead being in the way. So the lead will actually ride on top of those pieces of pipe. So then just scrap pieces for our rollers for our handles. The welder, we just welded some pieces of angle iron down and bolted it down for now. We do have, we'll have some motor mounts coming, and we'll pull the welder back off. We're actually going to put it on motor mounts so that we can isolate the welder away from the bed. And we have, I know it's kind of rare, but we have blown the battery up on this welder from reverse charging. So it does happen, and we're going to mitigate that the best we can, as well as putting shutoffs on our pickup batteries so we don't screw anything up there. But this setup is heavy enough that we figured we probably had ought to put some kind of a brace in, and so we welded in this piece of pipe and put set screws on both sides with a drop pipe in it. Works great. Loosen it up a little bit and pull them out. Works good to help hold that extra weight. We got our water sprayer for when we're welding out in the brush and the grass, so we can wet things down, and just a little 3-gallon sprayer goes a long ways for keeping fires from starting. On this side of our oxygen rack, we've got our rod containment system. Keep my whips in here. There's enough room on top of all these rod canisters that I have a welding hood back there, spare one. I have my gloves, my welding cap, extra lenses for welding hoods, and glasses for running the torch. So anyways, but we've got several different kinds of rod in here. We can actually hold, this is deep enough, runs deep enough back here that we can actually hold right at 175 pounds of rod in this box. So turned out pretty good. We can carry all the rod that we need for a job in it. And that's pretty much about it. So try to get this thing buttoned up and everything organized, get We will eventually, when we get our jack stands, we'll put jack stand mounts right up there on the other side of the welder, and so we'll have those instead of carrying around these big sawhorses. So we do use those gate jacks quite a little bit. For cutting pipe and stuff though, it'd just be a whole lot handier to have jack stands. But those gate jacks do work really good for hanging gates. So anyways, that's about all I got. So thanks for watching.